Yo, yo, what is good? It is your boy K.O. Kenny, and I'm back. I'm back to talk all that good smack, the realistic shit, not the fanboy stuff that a lot of people be doing. Let's go. Let's do it. No cap, back with the facts. Yeah. 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 All right. Let me just make sure that it actually is live and it is working the way that, and it is live and it is working properly. So let's go. And my cat wants to join in behind me and start making noise and shit as soon as I go live. It is what it is. It is what it is. What can I do? Right? Whatever. K.O. Kenny, here we go. Let me just play one of my tracks for the introduction. Give you guys a little bit of time to come in, and here we go. Yeah. Just wait. Lemons to lemonade, got this pandemic, but I squeeze some better days. Got me to pass the pay, fuck all the miles we lose when we trade. Yeah, do what I want all day, checking the boxes to make me self-made. This is no love song, I shit on you niggas for living your life wrong. Fuck up on me and you know that I'm gone, increasing investment, my money is grown. Beef to the left like I do to her thong, this is a new life, ain't do this too long. Everyone did it like Fivio, I had to hop on this wave when it's critical. Y'all niggas don't have no principles, drill on this beat, I'm invincible. Borrowed a sound, but made it original. Fuck all your hype, you selfish, you cynical. Base it off facts, I keep rap clinical. He imitate, they do it identical. Fuck your job, nigga, fuck that interview. We moved on, nigga, no longer into you. Priorities, deed, no actions. Save your lives for gram captions. They don't love you, they love capping. Niggas wake up and start acting. Used to the swag, you jacking. Sucking mad dick, you gagging. Headed to space, but you are not part of my faction. Looking at me, she said guarantee satisfaction. I just started this shit and I already gained traction. Yeah, lemons to lemonade, got this pandemic, but I squeeze some better days. Got me to pass the pay, fuck all the miles we lose when we trade. Yeah, do what I want all day, checking the boxes to make me self-made. This is no love song, I shit on you niggas for living your life wrong. I live in my truth, you pussies got no heart, you fight in a crew. Can't throw a punch, so you fight in a group. If I catch him solo, it's over for dudes. Yeah, lay hands on you pussies, I'm beating it up. You not boys in the hood, you like men to boys. I'm trucking you niggas with ease like Grunk. Open your mouth in the curb and stomp. I got the gloves like OJ, look, anybody can get it, I don't play. When I say let's go, she say okay. Force you to grow like Rogaine. I can't wait till I blow like propane. Y'all can't wait for this blow like cocaine. You are not part of my age group. My intelligence coming to save you. Lemons to lemonade, got this pandemic, but I squeeze some better days. Got me to pass the pay, fuck all the miles we lose when we trade. Yeah, do what I want all day, checking the boxes to make me self-made. This is no love song, I shit on you niggas for living your life wrong. Fuck up on me and you know that I'm gone. Increasing investment, my money is grown. Beef to the left like I do to her thong. This is a new life, ain't do this too long. Niggas love beef, but I eat poultry. Flying V, mighty deep birds approach me. Flocking and stalking, but no distance closing. It's all on the table, my will I'm imposing. Some of you niggas is lucky to know me. I'm also lucky to know some of you niggas. Only the niggas that's keeping it triller. Extending your power can only get bigger. We kept the planet when we come together, but still don't need no when we go with the ladder. Been grow solo, my pockets can only get fatter. You niggas love talking, I'm not with the chatter. Shut the fuck up, your opinion don't matter. If shorty is taking, the pussy feels better. Shorty is money, so I'ma go get her. Yeah, I'ma go get her. Lemons to lemonade, got this pandemic, but I squeeze some better days. Got me to pass the pay, fuck all the miles we lose when we trade. Yeah, do what I want all day, checking the boxes to make me self-made. This is no love song, I shit on you niggas for living your life wrong. Fuck up on me and you know that I'm gone. Increasing investments, my money is grown. Beef to the left like I do to her thong. This is a new life, ain't do this too long. Nah, let's get it. My guy, The Dawn, salute to you too, brother. Thank you so much. Boxing Republic, thank you for joining. You know we back with no cap. Hold on, let me take off because it's about to play my next track. There we go. Had to take that off real quick before it just continues going on the playlist. But yo, it's 4 o'clock, it's not 5 p.m., but we back with no cap. I'm trying to do this show as often as possible. Schedule's been a little crazy in the last couple weeks, but I'm here nonetheless. And I'm good. Look, whether I'm moving from Wednesday to another day or not, I'm going to find a permanent time where no cap fits. I'm also starting to do a lot more podcasts and a lot of different things regarding podcasting, not only about boxing, but also I'm going to start diving into the life of musicians. I'm going to start interviewing different musicians, interviewing different audio engineers and different producers and such from New York. And, you know, documenting the struggles, the come up, the hard work, being an independent artist and things that people go through like that in New York City. And I will be talking a lot about my own experiences as well, because trust me, I have been through a lot and I have done a lot in this music world, whether I only have 6 tracks that are released or not. I have gone through a lot and experienced a lot in releasing those 6 tracks. So I will be talking about all of that in the future. And a lot of podcasts and shows that I plan on doing. I'm going to divide this channel into a few things. It's going to be no cap boxing for sure, but I'm going to have the music streams and a few other things going on as well on the channel. But here we go. Let's get right into the boxing, because this is no cap, and that's what we're here for. We're here for no cap boxing. We're here to hear the truth about boxing without the fanboyism, without, loving fighters and acting like if I'm on the payroll for fighters like a lot of these other podcasters do. Not my fellow podcasters, not the people that I fucks with on this YouTube shit, but a lot of these other big YouTubers that be clickbaiting and putting these dumbass titles on their videos and race baiting and all this other dumb shit just to get people to go watch them. I'm not for any of that. I'm for only the factual shit, the real shit. All right, here we go. Jumping right into it. We got David Morrell Jr. versus Calvin Henderson. So that was a decent fight this weekend. David Morrell Jr. was trying to come out and look like his typical powerful, overpowering self and knock out his opponent in the first couple of rounds. He did knock out his opponent in the first couple of rounds, but it was a rather sloppy performance. I was not necessarily impressed with David Morrell Jr. as we have all been left impressed by him in his previous fights. David Morrell Jr. He was too wild with the combinations. Everything that he threw in those combinations were power punches. There was no mixed in speeds, no mixed in power. They were all super power punches. His hooks were a little wide, and he was getting countered a whole lot. Henderson was definitely eating all of his punches, but those punches were doing damage. Not like the one punch knockout type of damage, but the punches were doing damage in the sense of, he throw 3 or 4. After the fourth one, Calvin Henderson would be a little wobbly and shit. But after the first one, Henderson would just be standing there with his arms up trying to eat the punches and shit to the gloves. But after a while, all those punches, it was too much power and too many punches for Calvin Henderson. And David Morrell definitely got countered amazingly a few times. A few times where I was like, where he seemed shocked that he got countered. And it seemed like he got buzzed, but not really buzzed. Like he felt the punch, took a step back, and then he started coming back forward again to put that work in. Yo, what's good, Team Batman Boxing? And let me shout everybody out again. We got the Dawn Boxing Republic and Team Batman Boxing. Thank you all for joining. You already know, 4 o'clock show, not 5 like regular, but we got to go a little earlier sometimes. Sometimes we just have to go when the schedule permits, and that's what I'm doing right now. So, I've been getting called the David Morrell Jr. hater, or not a hater, but, I'm not bigging him up or gassing him up the way that everybody else is. I think he's a great fighter, but I think that he's definitely biting off more than he could chew by calling out David Benavidez. If he didn't look amazing against Calvin Henderson, imagine what will happen against David Benavidez. He's definitely biting way more than he could chew, and if he does that and tries to chew and swallow it, he's gonna choke. Think about it. Think about what I just said. Yeah. So, David Morrell Jr. still has to develop. He's still looking great. He's still looking like he's developing just fine. Just as, you step up in opposition, things aren't going to look as easy as they did in the beginning. Let's look at Edgar Berlanga, who fights this weekend. In the beginning, he was getting all these first-round knockouts. He stepped up in opposition. There's no knockouts ever since he stepped up in opposition. It's been 12-round fights, a full fight. So, yeah, it is what it is. Don't discredit David Morrell Jr. or anything. Just understand he's stepping up in opposition, and as he gets better, those knockouts will probably start coming with the bigger, better fighters in the better opposition that he's facing now. But it was a joke him calling out David Benavidez. I still stand on the same side. David Benavidez will finish David Morrell Jr. Yeah, I said that. Battle of the Davids Part 2. David Benavidez will finish David Morrell Jr. And by finish, I mean stop him. Not end his career, but he will stop him. That's a hands-down guarantee from my perspective. Yeah. All right. Okay. Don't want to spend too much time on David Morrell Jr. Let's move on to Stephen Fulton. Stephen Fulton, my guy, one of the best boxers in boxing, period. That man's boxing ability is superior. Superior. He's an amazing boxer, and I'm a big fan of his.
You guys are crazy. Oh, Brandon Figueroa won it. No, Brandon Figueroa ain't win shit. He ain't win shit. And I really do hope that Stephen Fulton rematches him when he moves up in weight, because he was talking about facing Akhmadaliev for undisputed, and after going undisputed with Akhmadaliev, he's talking about moving up in weight class and potentially fighting Brandon Figueroa again. I hope he fights Brandon Figueroa again, and I hope he knocks him out so he can shut you guys the fuck up, because listen, Brandon Figueroa is good. Nowhere near as good as Stephen Fulton. You like the guys that think that Brandon Figueroa and Stephen Fulton are on the same level need to go get some glasses, clean those eyes, some eye drops, something, because Brandon Figueroa does not even compare in skill. Let's stop playing. Team Batman Boxing says, good performance by Fulton. Great performance by Fulton. He controlled the entire fight against a guy who was a power puncher. He ate all the power punches that were coming from that guy. And in the rounds 11 and 12, he was the power puncher. He started coming forward. Instead of doing the boxing ability, staying out the way of the punches, coming back and counter punching, Stephen Fulton started being the aggressor. He started being the one to land the punches with the power. He started being the one to push Rahman back. Rahman needs to figure it out. He cannot, do not get in the ring with a dude like Stephen Fulton. Rahman could maybe get in the ring with a guy like Brandon Figueroa, not Stephen Fulton. That boxing ability is superior. And by the way, I need the announcers to stop disrespecting dudes like Stephen Fulton. Stephen Fulton is that dude. The announcers were like, oh yeah, because he comes from the same class of fighters, like what they say, like Jaron Ennis. You know, big ups to Jaron Ennis. Bro, get the fuck out of here. Big ups to Stephen Fulton. Jaron Ennis is not on the same level as Stephen Fulton is. Jaron Ennis ain't fight for shit. Jaron Ennis has fought zero opposition. The person fighting people and going for greatness out here right now is Stephen Fulton, not Jaron Ennis. Let's not disrespect my boy Fulton. He is the man. He is the guy, and he will go undisputed against Akhmadaliev, and then he will go up in weight, and I hope he fights Brandon Figueroa again, and I hope he knocks him the fuck out. For all of you guys hating on him, talking about, oh, Brandon Figueroa won that fight. I don't know what you got. The fuck out of here. You guys don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Brandon Figueroa ain't win shit. All right. Stephen Fulton looking godly. Looking godly against Rahman. I just got to let that sit for a moment. Let that sit for a moment. Stephen Fulton, godly performance against Rahman. Controlled the fight for most of the fight. At the end, rounds 11 and 12, was going for the knockout. Almost did knock him out. Buzzed him quite a few times. But maybe it was a little too late. Or maybe Rahman just has an amazing chin. JC was good, my guy. I can't complain. We always good out here, doing great. That Lucas Brown KO was crazy. You know what's funny? I didn't even get to see the Lucas Brown KO. I heard about it because I was listening. I had YouTube playing. I was driving, but I had YouTube playing on my phone. So I was listening to the guys talk about the knockout, but I actually didn't get to see the Lucas Brown knockout. I did hear that shit was pretty crazy, but there was too much going on at the same time. You know, the ESPN card, they stalled for a hell of a long time. So in that time, I started watching Stephen Fulton, Rahman, and David Morrell Jr. versus Henderson. And then I went back to George Kambosos, but I wasn't home early in the day, so I didn't even get to catch that. The Dawn, oh, you already know the Dawn. We definitely been lifting. We've been working out here. Shit, amazing shape. Been working mad hard out here. And yeah, Lucas Brown, powerful dude. Not an amazing boxer, but he definitely got power. And anybody who gets hit flushed on with power from a heavyweight boxer, they have a chance of going down. Team Batman Boxing said, had FA squirming on the ground. Damn, how that was allowed to continue as well. Yeah, I didn't get to see it, so I don't know, but there's a lot of shit that happens in boxing that's wild. Peace, lemons all day. You already know, Stark Cinema, lemons all motherfucking day. We working. If you haven't, go listen to All on the Table. If you're currently watching, hit that like button. If you aren't subscribed, subscribe. Join me in the chat. Let's talk smack. Let's have this conversation. Salute to everybody who's here too. And we got El Pinche Punch says, salute Kenny Spectacular. The monster is, bro. The monster is the monster. We're gonna get to the monster anyway in a few. We're gonna get to that man because he is 100% a monster. It don't matter how small he is. It don't matter how little he weighs. He's a motherfucking monster. If it wasn't that they'd give me if it wasn't because they'd give me copyright strikes, I'd go get that Kanye West and Nicki Minaj Monster verse and I'd play that right. But nah, I can't get copyrighted right now. We can't do that. I was also multi-screening then. Yeah, I was multi-screening too. But yo, I can't split my eyes both ways. I was multi-screening because in the last two rounds of the fight for Fulton and Rahman, they were playing the first 2 rounds of the fight for Kambosos and Haney. So I was literally looking at both screens, but Fulton and Rahman was way more of an exciting fight than Kambosos and Haney. Kambosos and Haney was blah 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 blah. Don Pinche Punch, salute. Yes, sir. Salute to everybody here, man. Mad love. Anyway, stopping Donaire in 1-2 was easy money. Started my week. Hell yeah. Bro, hell fucking yeah. But I knew that was going to happen. People were saying that, oh, Donaire's going to win. Monster can't handle it. They're smoking something good. And I need whatever it is that they're smoking because whatever they were smoking was pretty damn strong to make them believe that Inoue was going to get knocked out or was going to lose to Donaire. Inoue is that guy. Donaire used to be that guy. It's like the guy who used to be the best versus the guy who is currently the best. Yes, they're both relentless. Yes, they're both not afraid of nothing. And yes, they collided like 2 trains going at full speed. But there was only going to be one winner. And in my eyes, that was always Naoya Inoue. It was never Nonito Donaire. Boxing Republic says hello to everyone. Yeah, that's right. What's good, everybody? What is up? Team Batman Boxing, superb fighter, superb for sure. Big Don from El Pinche Punch. Dímelo Ponche. Don't forget to hit the like. That's right, folks. Don't forget to hit the like button if you're chilling in here. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. Akhmadaliev beats both. Nah, man, stop playing. I agree completely. Nah, man, I got Stephen Fulton. Whooping ass. I can't wait for that undisputed match to be set. In my eyes, Stephen Fulton can't fight anybody besides Akhmadaliev next. That has to be the next fight. Akhmadaliev for all 4 belts, undisputed, and then he's able to move up in weight class and go beat Brandon Figueroa's ass again. Yes, sir. People always hoping for a feel-good story ending. Hello, easy work for the monster. Yes, sir. Easy work for the monster. You know what? Let's go into that fight with the Monster and Donaire, and then I'll go to the biggest fight of the weekend, which was Kambosos versus Haney. Although it was the most boring fight of the weekend, but still, I'll go to that one last, and we could go to Inoue Donaire right now because it seems like that's what we're all more excited about. And trust me, it was definitely way more of an exciting fight, and what took place in that fight was way more exciting than what took place in Australia. Okay. JC, que onda? Long time no see. We here though, man. We here joining for some good boxing combo. Some water. THC. How the water boy says. No, that's a THC. H2O. H2O. A good old cup of water. H2O. Whatever the fuck it is, he says. But here we go. I said THC. You see where my mind is at. Ooh. But, all right. Inoue versus Donaire. Bro, Inoue came from round 1 with relentless power punching, cutting off the ring. Everywhere that Donaire tried to move out the way to, there was a big power punch that was flying from that direction to stop Donaire in his tracks. They were all landing. Donaire had no answer. I knew that was going to be the case. Shit, I was extremely surprised that Donaire did as good as he did in the first fight and that the first fight went to 12 rounds. But fighters, boxers always learn from their first fight. So the only person that didn't take any lessons from the first fight in Donaire and Inoue was Donaire. Donaire came out with if you ask me, with a worse game plan than he came out in the first fight. In the first fight, he seemed like he had more of a blueprint, more of a style, more of a game plan to combat Naoya and his punches. Naoya seems to be the one who learned from the first fight. He came with all the changes, all the adjustments that he needs to do, and he came 10 times as brutal. 10 times as brutal. He knocked him down, damn near 3 times, and twice, damn near 3. And the finishing stop, oh my God, bro, those punches, they was landing like fucking bricks. They was landing, man, those punches were serious. And think about it. What is he, 118? Like, bro. Naoya Inoue, the monster. He's godly. Respect the man. Put you know how Maestro be saying, put some respect. Oh yeah, you guys, the Inoue haters, I think Donaire's gonna win. Sprinkle some respect. Salt Bay it. See, Salt Bay it on him. Salt Bay the respect a little on Inoue, cause he needs that. JC says, all last week I said Inoue gonna crack that chin. JC, that's because you know what the fuck you talking about. I had so many people talking about Donaire. I feel like a lot of times we fall into like the age group shit. So like, older boxing fans will be like, oh no, I think Donaire's gonna win, because the Donaire's the older fighter that they've been watching for a long time and they believe in him, and the fanboyism kicks in. They're like, oh no, I think Donaire's gonna be the one to win. But the fact is, bro, if you think Donaire's gonna win, then I'm gonna say your boxing knowledge is minuscule, or you're getting you got the emotional shades on, the fanboy shades on, where they alter your vision to see like a fan instead of seeing like an analyst, because Nonito's wife was capping, saying about that orbital bone. Pardon about that. Somebody's always gonna cap. Well, it is what it is. Whatever. She should be capping. That is his wife. She should be capping shit. If I had a shorty and she was fighting, and shit, I'd be capping for her too. Nah, I'd be making all the excuses under the book, because at the end of the day, there's a personal tie there. That's what that person should be doing, But there is no personal tie between me and these boxers, or any of these YouTubers and these boxers. These YouTubers, that are just like me, are here to analyze shit and not to be fanboys. So, yeah, nah, fuck that. Fuck that. Nonito is great. I'm not taking anything away from Nonito, but Naoya Inoue is better. Simple. Nonito is great. Inoue is better. And start calling these fights for who you think is going to win, not before who you are emotionally invested in, because it's always going to come back that you're going to potentially be wrong or most likely be wrong when you're saying that somebody's going to win because of your emotional investment in them. Happened to me once before, very early on in my YouTube career, and I don't ever play that shit no more. I keep it factual. I'm going to tell you who I think is going to win because of the skill, not who I think is going to win because of my emotional investment in them. So, yeah. What is left for Nonito Donaire? I think he got something left. Nonito Donaire is still an amazing fighter. It's just that, like I said, Inoue is better. No, he should not be looking to fight Inoue again. He should be looking to fight other great fighters, or like B+ level fighters, but not A+ level fighters like Naoya Inoue. And Naoya Inoue, he needs to he needs to become undisputed in that weight class, and he needs to move up in weight and go take care of all the people in the higher weight class. That's what I enjoy. I enjoy seeing the little guy go up and beat up the big guy. So that's why I give Alexander Usyk all of the props. He went up in weight class and he beat up the big guy as the smaller dude. That's what I really want to see. Fuck all that. That's what I need to see. Inoue is very sharp. Inoue is super sharp, super accurate, super strong, very fast. Inoue is great. Don't play with Inoue. Do not play with that man. But yes, no, Donaire is not ready. As old as he is, he's not ready to retire. I still think he's a great boxer. But in order to prevent serious injuries, like Muhammad Ali had Parkinson's, in order to prevent serious injuries like that, he cannot, in my opinion, he cannot get in the ring with dudes like Inoue, because that's going to cause long-term damage. Those punches was landing insanely, brutally, like powerful. Like I don't want to see that again for Donaire. I like Donaire. As much trash as I'm talking here, I like Donaire, and I do not want to see him or any other boxer get hurt. Oh, Inoue definitely sent Inoue sent them straight to hell, says JC. That's fucking comedy. It's facts though. Inoue buried that man alive. Put him in the dirt. Like Errol Spence says, put him in the dirt. But that actually came from ASAP Ferg, not Errol Spence. But Errol Spence been using it in boxing. So yeah, man. One thing that I didn't like. What is good with them like 6, 7, 8 a.m. fights over here? I get it, they're not fighting in the U.S., but my man, you got to figure something out. Either air it live over there in Japan and block all media communications or something until you can air it in the U.S. or some shit. But I'm telling you, look, man, that 8, 6, 7, 8, 8 shit, I'm never going to wake up early to watch the fight live. I'm just going to watch the replay. And I tell you, I'm almost 1,000% sure that it makes the viewership minuscule unless it's like selling the fuck out over there in Japan. But I don't know, whatever. Donaire got battered by Walters too. That was vicious as hell. He needs to retire. I don't know. I don't know if Donaire needs to retire. I like Donaire, and he still has a lot of skill. He just can't be fighting them A+ level fighters. He can't do that. He can't be doing that. That'll be bad. We're boxing fans. We're fans of the fighting sport. We're not fans of seeing people get hurt and seeing people not be able to walk or not live their lives or not have longevity or a good life because of injuries taken in the sport of boxing. So if he wants to keep on boxing, I'm all for it. If he wants to retire, I'm all for that too. Whatever he thinks is best. But I'm not going to say, oh, you need to retire, because he's not necessarily there. He has the skill. He just can't be fighting top level dudes. Some water. H2O. All right, here we go to the biggest fight of the weekend, but the most boring fight of the weekend. George Kambosos Jr. versus Devin the Dream Haney. Ferocious Kambosos versus the Dream Haney. He's 39. If Boxing Republic says he's 39. If he retires, hope he stays on the sport, perhaps training. Yeah, I could see that. He could potentially train somebody or go in somebody's corner as a manager or something, help with the mental aspect and motivation of the game. Shit. Somebody like Nonito Donaire would be amazing in the corner of somebody like Ryan Garcia, who goes through mental health issues and goes through periods of time where he's not exactly believing in himself. Somebody like Nonito Donaire could be perfect for the Ryan Garcia camp as a manager, assistant manager, trainer, mental whatever you want to call it, but he could still be active in the sport of boxing even if he does retire. El Pinche Punch says, having your wife as a coach, never a good idea in my opinion. There's a lot of emotional investments and a lot of emotional things going there. I don't think that him having his emotional partner, his relationship partner in as his manager or as a business partner is a bad idea, because look what happened with the John Riel Casimiro fight over a little emotional nonsense. Donaire, in my opinion, should not have let that bother him. He should have taken that fight. Excuse me. He should have just beat the crap out of Nonito Donaire. But instead, that fight didn't happen because of the whole situation with the wife and the disrespect to the wife and all that. If the wife wasn't there, then it would have just been pure business, and that would have never happened, and the fight would have never been deaded. I'm not saying that women do not belong in the management or anything like that. I'm just saying if the woman is emotionally tied to the dude and things like that are going to happen where fights may not happen or certain situations may not happen because of the emotional issues that are caused in business, then I think that the wife shouldn't be involved. That's just my 2 cents. That's just my take on that. Much respect to both warriors, but Inoue is a special fighter. That's a fact. Inoue, you know how in God of War they had like, I think it was like easy, regular, hard mode, and then they had God mode. Yeah. Donaire is on hard mode. Inoue is on God mode. That's it. He's on God mode. Yo. Anybody who wants to fuck with Inoue should be weary. That's the man. That's the man to not play with. He should come start fighting in the U.S. though. I feel like his brand could, like, we love the guy. He has a lot of fans over here. I'd go see him. I feel like his brand will grow much wider, and he could make much more money. Shit, become a household name. We never know. I mean, maybe not, but you know, just the positive hopes for myself. But yeah, Kambosos versus Haney, Australia. That shit was boring. That shit was super boring. I would have loved to have seen a lot more punches land. All we pretty much saw land for the entire fight was a jab, and that jab was from Haney's side. Kambosos landed a couple left hooks, a couple sloppy body punches. Haney landed a couple uppercuts, but you know what we saw land for the most part? We ain't see shit land. We saw a lot of hugging for the most part. A lot of uncomfortable, stupid hugging. It was disgusting hugging. It was so sloppy. It was probably the most boring fight that I've expected so much out of this year. I expected everything out of that Haney and Kambosos fight. No, it was boring. Yeah, it was super boring. All that grabbing, all that holding, all that sloppy shit. You know, props to Devin Haney on the win. I don't give props on the strategy that he used to win. That was disgusting. I hope we as boxing fans are always complaining about referees. The referees, the ref, he done messed that fight up. After so much warnings, he should have told Devin Haney something about all that holding. You know, that fight should have, like, there should have been some chance for there to have been some punches landed, some aggressive moments that weren't just aggressive, like grabbing, elbow against the ropes, or pushing the head down, all this stupid stuff that these fighters are doing. That's not boxing. We don't give a shit about that. We don't want to see that. We want to see guys punch each other out. We want to see girls punch each other out. It's about punching and moving out the way of punches. It's not about hugging and holding and making love out there in the ring. Nobody cares about hugging and holding hands and shit. This is a combat sport. This is not a love sport. Stop it. Stop all that hugging shit. Yes, Devin Haney definitely deserves props for winning that fight and becoming undisputed. But he did it in a disgusting fashion. And Kambosos, I think his effort was disgusting. He barely made any adjustments. He looked like he was tired and out of shape in there. He was getting hit by the jab all night, and he didn't really change anything up. He had no second, third, fourth game plan. He was, before the fight, he was talking about by any means necessary. The only dude who really went in there and did his by any means necessary was Devin Haney, and it was disgusting. It was ugly. It was not a pretty by any means necessary. All right, so Boxing Republic says, I don't want to see the rematch. I feel like we have to see the rematch, specifically because it's a contractual obligation. And something has to change for the rematch. They need to have better better referees. The judging was good. They actually gave the fight with a unanimous decision win to Devin Haney, as it should have been, because you know how things go in Australia. But the referee was trash. They need a better referee that's going to get in there and physically separate these guys on the break when they themselves do not want to separate. We need a better referee that's going to give warnings and actually subtract points away from fighters. We need a better referee that's actually going to allow this to be a fight and not allow this to be a sloppy hug fest. I would love to see a rematch, though, and I would love to see different things in the rematch. But if the rematch is going to be exactly what we saw there, then I do not want to see a rematch. I'm right on board with you, Boxing Republic. The GOAT Mario P says, Haney didn't really land his jab either, to be honest. Nah, Haney landed the jab a hell of a lot. That jab was landing like a motherfucker. Damn near every time Kambosos tried to come in, he would catch a jab and a little bop back to the head. Yeah, it was landing way too much. They call it the sweet science. El pinche punch. I'm going to call that the sweet doo-doo. The sweet doo-doo. That was not the sweet science. The sweet science was what my man Stephen Fulton did on the Showtime card. Right before that fight started, Stephen Fulton was showing people what the sweet science is on the Showtime card. That was not the sweet science. It was an extremely boring fight. Yeah, it was super boring. And it was such a big letdown because I feel like I was waiting for it for so long. I've been talking shit about it for so long. And I feel like I keep on expecting Devin Haney to do things and to grow to certain points that he's really not growing. He's looked like the same fighter. He does have an amazing team behind him that continues giving him great game plans to win the fight with the skills and abilities that he does have. But how far is his team and the planning going to take him before somebody just washes him up? You know, Devin Haney is close to number one right now, but I don't know who is number one at the lightweight division. King of the lightweight division, we will have to give it to Devin Haney because he's the only guy to go undisputed at the lightweight division. And he is currently undisputed. Can't say Lomachenko. Can't say Kambosos number one. Can't say Teofimo. Teofimo isn't even in the weight class. He's never going back. He said he couldn't make weight, and he left it in an embarrassing state. He's never going back to that weight class. It is what it is, man. Yo, again, if you're watching this the live stream, please do me a favor, hit that like button. It allows my streams to get shared a lot more. If you are currently watching, also subscribe. get them notifications when I go live, and help me grow this channel, help me grow this community. Let's do it together. We a family. Come on, show me love. Let's make this happen, baby. All right. Okay. Agree, Hector. AFU is garbage for not deducting points. He needed to do that so Haney could be forced to. 100% facts. That's exactly what I meant. Ignacio Ortiz. He needed to deduct points, so make it an actual fight. The referees need to force these fighters to fight and not force them to stay in the same boring shit, because at the end of the day, people are paying for this shit. People are not paying to see a dude sloppy hugging for the entire fight. No, we don't want that shit. Fuck all that noise. Easiest road to undisputed. Yeah, that's 100% is the easiest road to undisputed. He got given a belt, and then because Loma didn't take the fight against Kambosos, he got granted a chance to beat the easiest guy that he could possibly face in that weight class. For the other 3 belts that are remaining for him to become undisputed. I wholeheartedly agree with that. I co-signed that. Easiest road to undisputed. That is a fact. Agreed that Kambosos looked flat. Kambosos looked tired. Kambosos looked wasted. In fact, there was a certain point that if Haney kept on pushing it, I think Haney would have knocked out Kambosos, because Kambosos seemed gassed out. The jab kept on landing, and at that point, Haney was bringing the straight and the right, and the straight would kind of shock, the jab would kind of shock Kambosos, and then the right will push Kambosos' head all the way back and push him back, and then you will see him like start moving his legs and jumping like as if his legs was getting stiff, and not necessarily moving out the way of the punches. He started more so trying to eat the impact of the punches. Right then and there, when he was tired and trying to eat the impact of the punches, no longer moving out the way, if Haney really pushed the ante just a little bit, I think Haney could have definitely stopped Kambosos, but he didn't. He stuck to the game plan, and in sticking to the game plan, he just boxed out for the rest of the fight. In the last round, he just ran around and did whatever. What's up, Papa? Hold on, I missed it. I just lost it. What the fuck? There we go. What's up, Papa? What's the deal? Ain't shit cool in that. Actually, you can't complain. You already know. I picked Clown Bozo. I bought into the hype. Damn. Nah, not for nothing though. I bought into the hype too. I thought Clown Bozo. That's funny. I thought he was gonna do much better than he did, but I don't know. Maybe he didn't come in shape as much as we thought he was. But you know what? He's trying to do it again. He wants to do it again. Do it again. He wants to do it again. He kept on saying that at the fight. Well, I gave him his chance. I gave him his chance. And I hope he gives me a chance too. Let's do it again. We're going to do it again. Let's do it again. Huh? Let's do it again. He had me dying at the end. Jab and hug city. That's exactly what it was, JC. That was disgusting. I fucking hated it. I wasn't convinced by either guy. I had it a draw. I want to see a rematch. I didn't have it a draw. Haney's jab definitely won the fight for him. He kept it boring and hugged the entire fight. I had Haney winning most of the rounds. I do want to see it again, but we need to see some more seriousness from Kambosos, and we also need to see better judging. We can't have that trash judging. No. Alex G says he's definitely the man on paper. And Pinche Punch says Kambosos showed no dog. 100%. He showed a big dog against Teofimo, but he didn't show no dog against Devin Haney. He showed a little puppy, little chihuahua against Devin Haney. He ain't show shit. He's definitely the man on paper. Yes, sir. A draw? LOL. Yeah, nah, I didn't have a draw either. You think the Aussies will watch the rematch after that performance? Genuine. Boxing Republic, Nancy. 100%. I think the Aussies will watch the fight after. You didn't see how when Devin Haney went up on the ropes on the corner, he throws his arm up. He's like, I won. That the guy in the crowd, he stands up right across from Devin Haney in the crowd, and he sticks both his middle fingers up, and he's like, fuck you. and ESPN, they tried to blur the guy with the middle fingers out in the background. But there was no blurring that. You couldn't blur that. Even when they put the blur on it, you could still clearly see the guy standing with his middle fingers up. That was comedy. Yeah, definitely. The Aussies, they're definitely big fans, and they definitely back their sports players, their athletes, their fighters. Yeah, they will definitely watch it again. Yes. Yes, a draw. Go back and look at it. Yeah, I didn't have it that way, bro. I didn't. It is what it is. I could go back and look at it, but I don't think it was that way. Boxing Republic Some, but def not same turnout. I mean, supposedly they was still trying to sell tickets last minute, and it wasn't sold out. So I don't even know if the turnout was as outrageous this fight as it was. I think that they would have had a better turnout versus Lomachenko, but I'm not sure that the Aussies were too interested in Devin Haney. The Aussies are like tanto pedo para. I blame both ref and Cambozo. Yeah, I agree. JC, I'm on board with you. I agree with both of those. What did Haney do? I'm being serious. Haney just threw the jab. Cambosos didn't do anything. That's the problem. Did those Aussies boo the United States national anthem? I don't know. I don't remember. I was too focused on watching Stephen Fulton at that time. That was Stephen Fulton fight was still going on. Cambosos didn't do shit either. He damn sure didn't. Yeah, it's crazy because Haney has only fought one champion and is undisputed. Yeah. It's easiest road there. Go, I see what you're saying, but at least Haney was popping him with the jab. Left him. That's the only reason why Haney won the fight. That's right, JC. Haney won the fight because of that jab. That's the only punch that was clearly landing and looking good. Besides that, nothing was landing for either guy. Maybe the uppercut here and there and a sloppy body shot for Cambosos here and there and a sloppy left hook here and there for Cambosos. That's about it, but nothing really crazy or significant was landing. I did see them flipping off Haney. Not sure if they booed the anthem. Yes, the flipping off Haney, that shit was comedy. Hemi dying. Who cares if they boo the anthem? Exactly. He won easy. I had it 170 to 111 for Haney. That was no draw. That's a fact. Haney was pumping that jab a lot, but he was inefficient with it. Nobody says that, though. Inefficient with it or not, he landed a bunch more of those than Cambosos did. Cambosos barely landed anything. I gave 2 rounds to Cambosos, and that was generous. Have these two guys ever heard of uppercuts? I'm pretty sure they both threw one uppercut each, LOL. Yeah, I don't know, bro. I don't know what they was thinking, what they was doing. I just know that the sloppy hugging was destroying a lot of what could have been combinations and uppercuts and all the inside fighting. That sloppy hugging that Haney was doing was disgusting, and I hope we never see that again. They start really taking it serious and deducting points from in the sport of boxing for doing this, because I hate it. I know you guys hate it, and we're the ones paying for the fight. So if they're gonna continue doing it, then we're gonna stop buying the fights, and the sport of boxing is gonna continue declining. They need to figure that out ASAP. The stadium was quiet as fuck though. Yeah, stadium. I didn't catch it, but I'm pretty sure it was quiet because there was nothing going. Yeah, actually, I did catch it. There was only very few points where they was trying to get Cambosos hype, and it just wasn't working. Nonetheless, I'm sorry I can't see someone pump the jab that much. Miss so many of them. Land some. Be that inefficient with your punch output and get credit for it. Don't miss jab count. Don't miss jabs count for defense for Cambosos. Nah, I don't know about that. Chauncey Pearls, what's good, my guy? Haney threw punches just to keep him at bay, even the 1-2. Look, man, Haney did what he had to do. He landed enough jabs. He hugged to not allow Cambosos to let his combinations go inside. Cambosos barely landed a jab because his arms didn't reach. Cambosos barely landed a body punch while coming in because he barely threw them. Cambosos landed a couple of clean left hands, but he barely threw them and wasn't landing those. His team was telling him to throw the left hand, but he just wasn't doing it. Haney was the only man that was really landing punches. He was landing that straight jab damn near when he wanted. When he tried to land the jab, he would land it. The other ones was just throwaway jabs. The throw him in the air, get him flinching. Those type of ooh, and then he would throw the real jab down the middle and actually land the real jab. You know, so you got to give Haney props for what he was doing. All right, and now let's move away from Devin Haney and George Cambosos because it wasn't that amazing of a fight. And, you know, there isn't much to say about it besides that we want to see it again. Some people don't want to see it again. Joe Tessitore don't want to see it again. Nancy doesn't want to see it again. I understand. I'd like to see it again only, and I'm going to say this again, only if we could get some better reffing in there. And maybe, I don't care if it's in Australia or the US. We just need there to be some better reffing. Make Devin Haney fight. Don't let Devin Haney get away with all that grabbing and bullshit. That's doo-doo. Yo, by the way, I'm going to be at Madison Square Garden tomorrow, Friday, and potentially Saturday for the weigh-ins, the press conference, and the fight. Edgar Berlanga versus Alexis Angulo. Yeah, so, okay. I'm glad I didn't have to pay for that fight. Yeah, I ain't paying for that shit either. Haney ever once tried to hurt him, and that's not exciting. I agree, that's not exciting either. Haney is a hardcore kind of boxer. Unfortunately, his style will not attract the casuals, making him a big pay-per-view star. It's just that I think Haney's a great boxer, but he's been exposed a few times with the weak chin and not having power himself, and he's trying to fight to his abilities right now and continue winning, which is the best thing he could do. But I think he's playing it just a little bit too safe, which is definitely going to keep people away from him and not have him become a pay-per-view star. I agree about the rest having to do a better job. Haney punched and clenched for the first 3-4. Haney punched and clenched for the entire fight. Budo, what's good, my guy? I'm here. You already know. Can't complain. Can't complain. Going hard at Haney and Kambosos. About to analyze the fights that are coming up this weekend. True that Chanzi casuals want to see knockouts. Casuals want to see knockouts, hard punches land, flashy, clean defense, not no disgusting hugging. I'm interested to see if Kambosos can do something different or take more risk if he's going to be eating jabs all day anyway. I feel you. Do you think Morel is the truth? No, I don't think Morel is the truth. David Benavidez destroys the current version of Morel, but I think Morel will continue growing. I think he will be great. I'm not hating him. I think he will definitely be great as time goes. He just needs to develop a little more. Hey, he was getting countered by Henderson way too much. So let's all ignore the jabs Haney missed. That has to count against him, in my opinion. Like I said, I was convinced by either inefficiency should be counted against you. Yeah, I mean, inefficiency should be counted against you, but how much against you does it actually count? Like, throwing a jab and missing, it shouldn't give the other guy more points if the other guy isn't even throwing punches and he's not necessarily dodging. He's just kind of out the way, and it's just like a throwaway jab to keep him out the way. Does that really get the other guy punches? I understand if it's like, oh, he threw a hard hook and the guy ducks at the perfect time and the hook goes over his head. Then cool, okay, whatever. You get the guy some points. But for not necessarily doing much to get out the way of a jab and the jab missing, I don't think that the guy gets much points for that. All right, so here we go. I'm gonna move away from Kambosos and Haney. Let me read the last couple comments before I continue going with the coming fights. Morel is eye test for now, in my opinion. Yeah, Morel he's just passing the eye test, but he hasn't proven anything, and I think David Benavidez destroys him. Props to Haney, though, I guess. Yeah, props to Haney on the win, man. He's undisputed, yo. He's a young, undisputed dude at 135 pounds. And not even Loma did that, because Loma didn't have that last belt. So it is what it is. I do want to see Loma come back, though. I still think Loma's the best guy in that weight class. It is what it is. Who the fuck is Alexis Angulo? Hey, Alexis Angulo is a guy that David Benavidez fought, and fought quite a hell of a few rounds with David Benavidez. Angulo has some power. He has some jab. He gets lazy in there. He does like to smother fighters in their punches. I do think he's going to present a damn good challenge for Edgar Berlanga. But we'll get to that in a second. JC Angulo is his biggest test. That's a fact. That's a fucking fact. Angulo is 100% Edgar Berlanga's biggest test. Way much of a bigger test than the last 3 dudes he fought. But yeah, let's go. This coming weekend. We have something that I'm not really interested in, but here we go. Hold on, let me get my face out this camera so you guys could actually see. All right, here we go. This coming weekend, what I am not excited about. Jaime Munguia versus Jimmy Kelly. I don't know about you guys, but I don't give a fuck about this. This is the same cherry-picking bullshit that we seen Jaime Munguia do for a while. This is the same trash that I be talking about Gilberto Ramirez doing. Hold on. I got to put my face back on camera for this, or back on the screen for this trash I'm talking right now. Fuck all this shit. No. Nah. I'm going to talk my smack. Yo. What the fuck is Jaime Munguia playing? Stop kidding. Jaime Munguia is doing the same shit that Zurdo is doing. Fighting truck drivers and trash dudes, where he could be fighting great dudes and greatness and chasing belts and shit. Yeah, and it's funny because Jaime Munguia just has way too many fans for no fucking reason. Why? Because he's fought a lot of people? He's fought a lot of nobody. You know what? I should go in for boxing and fight every fucking body with a losing record and see if you guys start giving me props the way that you give guys props now for not fighting anybody. All right, let's see. Is he related to Pero? I have no idea. Yo, based off of the eye test, one might say Naoya Inoue is the best in the world. The guy can do everything. Do you agree? I wouldn't say only based off the eye test. Naoya Inoue is 100% proving it. And it's not like Naoya Inoue is fighting nobodies. Naoya Inoue is fighting the best that there is out there, and he's fucking them up. So you got to give Naoya Inoue his props. Naoya Inoue, he passes the eye test, he passes the stat test, he passes the punching power test. He's passing all tests with flying colors right now. Naoya Inoue is that guy. I respect your opinion, Kenny, about missed jabs. It just seems to me the reason Haney missed so many is because Kambosos was at a range to where Haney couldn't land as much. I could see that. It's just that Kambosos was at a range where not even Kambosos could land. Kambosos has shorter arms than Haney, and if they both threw a jab at the same time, Haney's jab is gonna reach, not Kambosos. Kambosos was fighting at a terrible distance. Kambosos should have been more on the inside, trying to land these devastating body and head blows and uppercuts. He should have been fighting on the inside, but every time that he tried to go on the inside, Haney would grab him, and that was the problem with this fight. Alexis Angulo is a combination of Alexis Arguello and Pedro Angulo. Jimmy who? I'm not sure what that question's about. Pedro Guarumo. Jesus. Oh, I see what you're saying. Jimmy Kelly. Got you. My fault. Jimmy Kelly. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. A no fucking body. Who the fuck is Jimmy Kelly? Jaime Munguia needs to stop playing. He really needs to stop playing, fight somebody. I don't want to see the bullshit anymore. Angulo is Cuban. He fought Zurdo a couple years. He did fight Zurdo a couple years ago, and he actually did really damn good against Zurdo when he fought Zurdo. Jaime Munguia is food. Fuck that dude. He's garbage. Look, I think Jaime Munguia is kind of doodle too. He's fighting nobodies when he stepped up a few times and he didn't look as good, and then after that he's been fighting nobodies again. Jimmy Kelly is a terrible opponent. Jimmy Kelly is a nobody that Jaime Munguia shouldn't be fighting. But let me guess. We're all gonna give him props for this. I'm surprised I haven't seen anybody come in the chat and start fighting me about shitting on Jaime Munguia and his opposition, because last time people were talking shit about me when I was talking about, I think it was Demetrius Ballard. Please, Jaime Munguia is fighting nobodies. He needs to step his game all the way up and stop playing this shit. Yo, if you're currently watching, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, show me love, help me grow. Let's grow together. Let's make this happen. We a family. Hey, let's get it. Okay, here we go. Let me get some more comments. Jaime Munguia is food. Fuck that dude, he's garbage. I agree. Jimmy Kelly is a terrible opponent. Yup. Monster is a G. Monster is one of the best guys out there. Damn, SMH. Jaime versus Charlo could have been amazing. Fuck that lawyer. Jaime versus Charlo would have been his first challenging fight in some time. Jim from the Bills. What's up, folks? I'm being sneaky at work listening to Kenny. I appreciate that. What's good, my guy? Shoeshine Boxing. Yo, if y'all don't already, make sure y'all check out Shoeshine Boxing Podcast. It happens every Monday night. I think it is at 10:30 or 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I don't know it on the West Coast time. I'm an East Coast guy. My fault. But here we go. Same here, Dave. Inoue has pinpoint accuracy and speed. The guy is super impressive. Inoue is godly. Salute to the old chat and to KO Kenny. Salute to you, Maestro. That's my guy, Maestro. If y'all don't already do so, make sure y'all go check out and subscribe to my guy, Maestro. He knows the facts. He be speaking the truth, and he be getting these opportunities. Also tonight, check out Women Crushing It Wednesdays on In the Ring with Christine's channel. That does have Boxing Republic Nancy, Knockouts with Nika, and In the Ring with Christine. It's happening tonight. Make sure y'all go check that out. All right, so let's keep it going. Here we go. Jaime Munguia versus Jimmy Kelly. Let's go through these stats real quick. Let me take my face off the screen real quick and give y'all the full tail of the tape. 39 fights for Munguia, 26 for Kelly. 0 loss for Munguia, 2 for Kelly. 31 KOs Munguia, 10 for Kelly. 0 draws across the board. Total bouts 39 Munguia, 28 for Kelly. KO percentage 79% Munguia, 36 Kelly. They're both 6 feet. They both fight orthodox. This fight should not be happening. Jaime Munguia is going to win this fight. And if he doesn't win this fight by knockout, I'm going to be talking all the shit and all the smack about Jaime Munguia. Because, look, the opponents that he's picking, the person he's fighting right now is someone that he should be knocking out. Stop playing. If you're going to fight lower level opposition, then knock him the fuck out. If you don't knock him out, then I got problems with you, sir. Jaime Munguia is with Golden Boy. They only want to build fighters to make bread. Oh, they sound just like the money team. Then he needs to figure out his way of getting out of Golden Boy. Jaime Munguia is a quality fighter, which is why it's ridiculous that he's not fighting better opponents. He doesn't need any more experience. Time to step up. Hard times. I couldn't have said that any fucking better myself. Greatly said. That is extremely factual. He needs to stop playing these games. Bro, you have 39 fights under your belt. What the fuck are you doing? Go fight somebody better. It's about time. And if you're not gonna fight anybody, let's get this guy off the main screen. Fuck Golden Boy. Fuck all these tune-up, cherry-picking fights. We don't care about that. Stop it. Women Crushing the Wednesdays. Thank you. That's right. Women Crushing the Wednesdays. Once again, don't forget to check them out tonight. They have a very interesting show. I check it out weekly. I don't be typing as much because my schedule is super busy these days. So I listen in, and I'm usually doing other work for myself at the same time. But make sure y'all go check that out. Salute, Maestro's in the building. Yes, sir. So I'm going to move the fuck away from Jaime Munguia because, as I said, I'm not really impressed by this. He needs to knock out Jim Kelly out. He shouldn't be doing these stupid fights. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people are going to be watching this. And I'm pretty sure he's getting paid a nice little pretty penny for this fight. But as I said, I'm not interested in that shit. I am not interested in that shit. All right. Here we have the next fight coming up this weekend. Bam. Trevor Bryan versus Daniel Dubois. This should be one for the books. This should be a great one. This should be an amazing one. Munguia is fighting unknown tomato cans. Yeah, unknown tomato cans, truck drivers, fucking retired sumo wrestlers. Like, bro, stop it. He out here fighting fucking food truck street vendors. Like, stop it, my guy. Chauncey Pearl says Golden Boy ain't trying to have their only two fighters, Munguia and Ryan, fight anyone decent, because if anyone of them lose, the whole ship sinks. That's a fact. The ship is extremely close from sinking, but then again, Oscar de la Coca has been doing it to himself. Bro, he's having too much fun in life. He's not doing his job the best way that he should be doing. Ryan Garcia, I don't think is going to be with Oscar de la Hoya too much longer, but it is what it is. We're going to see what happens. 2 fight cards on Friday as well. I saw the 2 fight cards on Friday. I wasn't too interested on those fight cards. That's why I'm not really going in on them. Plus, my time is very, very limited. I'm trying to figure out more time to be able to stream for longer, which is why I'm figuring out the rescheduling of No Cap Boxing. But here we go. The Lone Star State is waiting for you, Maestro. You heard? The Lone Star State is waiting for you, Maestro. Let's do it. Middleweight division became super whack the moment Canelo left it. That is a fact. Dubois in 4 rounds. Oh, yeah. Great pick. Great pick, Team Batman Boxing. Don't sleep on Zuldo. Oh, my God, Maestro. Don't do that. Look, man, I didn't mention this earlier, but David Morrell, the guy who's not even ready, David Morrell, the guy who's still coming up the ranks, if he was to fight Zuldo right now, David Morrell knocks the fuck out of Zuldo. Yeah, I fucking said that. Yeah, Zuldo ain't shit. Get out of here. Go fight some more truck drivers. Oscar de la Coca. Yeah, man, he be partying too much and having too much of a good time. Stop focusing on good times and drugs and go focus on your career in boxing. Otherwise, fall back and let somebody else manage it the way that Mayweather let Leonard Ellerbe manage his whole shit. Yeah. The problem is dudes make crazy money fighting tune-ups. Then boxing needs to figure it out because we're not going to be paying for that shit. Astonishing. Maestro, hey, Zuldo is Kenny's... Nah, man. Yo, y'all love bringing Zuldo into this, man. Zuldo ain't doing nothing either. But yeah, Daniel Dubois and Trevor Bryan. Let's get to the tail of the tape on this. By the way, I worked mad hard to go find the weight of Trevor Bryan. Like, it's so difficult to find. And it was like... In one of his previous fights, he weighed 278. Unless he's going to come out here in much better shape in this fight, I assume he's going to come in around 278, 280. Daniel Dubois, he came in around 240, I believe it was. Let me just double check that. Yeah, he came in at 245. when he fought Joe Joyce and lost against Joe Joyce. So I'm assuming he's gonna come in around 245. Yo, me, I'm gonna tell you, I 100% got my boy Dubious. Nah, let me stop. Dynamite Daniel Dubois. I have him beating the fuck and knocking out Trevor Bryan. Trevor Bryan is way too out of shape. He's not a great fighter in my opinion. Trevor Bryan shouldn't even be fighting. He's way too heavy, way too slow. Yeah, he does have some good angles with his punches, and one of his punches has some power in it. But I think that the physical condition and shape of Daniel Dubois is going to be way too much for Trevor Bryan, and I do have Daniel Dubois winning this fight by stoppage. I don't know what round he's going to win by stoppage, but I do have him winning by stoppage. I'm not going to call too much or get too hype on Daniel Dubois because the loss that he had against Joe Joyce was a big disappointment for me with the whole orbital bone situation and the whole jab beating him up. He lost a lot of respect for me in that. So, yeah, man, I do have Daniel Dubois winning this fight. What by knockout? What round? I don't know. And if he does not win by knockout, then I'm gonna lose some more respect for Daniel Dubois. And there we go. That's my breakdown. But let's go through this real quick. We don't care about what nationality they are. We don't give a damn about that. We don't care about when they was born. This is what we care about. Trevor Bryan, 6'5". Daniel Dubois, 6'4". Both have a 78-inch reach. Daniel Dubois has 18 fights. Trevor Bryan has 22. Trevor Bryan, 15 wins by knockout. Daniel Dubois, 16 wins by knockout. And Daniel Dubois has one loss. Trevor Bryan has 0. Yeah, man, like I said, I got Daniel Dubois winning this fight by KO. I see him having a better jab. I see him having a better gas tank. I see him also having better footwork. Trevor Bryan could try to see if he can impose his will and size on Daniel Dubois and his weight on Daniel Dubois at certain points of the fight, but I don't think that's really going to affect him too much. Daniel Dubois fights more with a jab, more from the outside. The only way that Trevor Bryan's going to be able to get the weight on him and use the size is if he gets in closer and kind of puts the weight on him, stuff like that. And Trevor Bryan also likes to fight from the outside with a jab. I think Daniel Dubois has a better jab, and I think that Daniel Dubois is going to get this W extremely easily. It's going to be an easy W. Let me get to some comments. Hold on. Zuldo came in at 204. That was a huge leap from 175 weighing. Yeah, he's a fat boy. Fat boy and abusive. Morel ain't shit, bro. He can't fuck with Zuldo. Bro, Morel will destroy Zuldo. Zuldo is the best boxer signed to Golden Boy Promotions. It's not just Ryan. Bro, nobody gives a shit about Zuldo. Nobody knows him. Do not put him as, oh, he's the third guy in Golden Boy, because nobody knows him. Nobody cares about him. Unless you're a hardcore boxing fan, nobody knows or gives a flying fuck about Zuldo. Stop playing. Maestro came in praising Zuldo with the quickness. Here we go. Here we go. Trevor Bryan is the real heavyweight champion of the world. Hold on, like Maestro. Of the world. Yo, yeah, that shit be killing me. I'm about to put that on a little sound clip of Maestro saying it. Here we go. Y'all ain't excited for this championship fight? Hell no, man. All these both regular guys. Eventually, I do think Daniel Dubois will be fighting one of the top dudes as well as Joe Joyce, and I do want to see that rematch sooner than later. We didn't talk about Dubois versus Bryan. I'm hearing what KO Kenny thinks. It's for the heavyweight championship of the world. That'll be his voice. Nah, man. Nah, man. Look, it's not for nothing of the world. It's for the regular championship of the world. Same time, Maestro, this is for the linear championship of the world. I keep hearing about this Morel dude. I need to check him out. Alex G, Morel's good. He got some power. He's at 168. He looked like he could be something good in the future. He's not currently there yet, but he's looking like he could definitely be a great fighter in the future. He brings a lot of excitement because of his fighting style. He's always looking for the knockout, so he brings a lot of excitement to the sport of boxing. Let's see. Nothing to see or hype. Okay, I could let that go. No doubt. Definitely by stoppage. Bryan is terrible. I hate Bryan. He has a terrible gas tank, if you ask me. I definitely got him losing by stoppage. Morel's good for sure, man. Eye test right now, but he should definitely stay away from Benavidez for now. His trainer Derek James ain't down for that fight right now either. If his trainer's not with it, then that fight is not gonna happen. And plus, why would Benavidez fight him? Benavidez is seeking big fish. For Benavidez, Morel is a little fish. You know what I'm saying? Why go against a little fish with a big bite when you can go for the big fish with a big bite? Fuck that. Morel ain't no match for Zuldo. Morel destroys Zuldo. Zuldo ain't no match for nobody. Zuldo is a joke. Zuldo might as well be a truck driver himself, going from 175 to 200 with rehydration. He might as well be a chubby truck driver eating fried foods all over the place. Who else cares about boxers besides hardcore boxing fans? I mean, that is somewhat of a good point. But boxing's been growing, no? That's a good point, though. Madonna was at the last fight at the Garden. Stop playing. I mean, at the Barclays. Oh, wow, I had no idea Derrick James was a trainer. Yeah. WBA Reggie Miller title. Reggie Miller was great, but listen, without no accomplishments, nobody cares about that. He ain't win shit. Yo, Kenny, put some respect on that dude's name. Nah, Zuldo gets no respect. Morrell gets more respect than Zuldo. Fuck that. Ronnie Shields, Zuldo. Benavidez' dad was online telling Morrell to sign the fight. Yo, why not? Look, Morrell... Benavidez would destroy Morrell right now. If he was to do that, then there would never be a fight in the future. But I think that that's not a good situation. Why not let this build to be a potential super fight in the future and still beat him in the future? Zuldo, great fighter, great nickname. No, terrible nickname, terrible fighter, terrible skills, sloppy. It was getting washed up against an old heavy-set Cuban, Unieski. Unieski, matter of fact, reminds me of fucking Trevor Bryan. A fat, sloppy, out of shape dude with no gas tank that has a little bit of skills and isn't really able to perform the way that he should be performing because he has too much weight on his body and is not in good enough shape. That's what he. So yeah, let's stop it. Bro, I'm keeping it factual. I'm not even hating. I'm keeping it factual. Well, until I see Zuldo do something amazing or great with a great performance against a great fighter, I'm gonna keep on trashing Zuldo. It is what it is. And that's no feelings, no emotions. That's me keeping it no cap and factual. It is what it is. All right. Let's move on to the last fight happening this weekend, which I will be at the Garden thanks to my man, Maestro. Hey, you already know my guy, Maestro. That's my boy. But here we go. Let me take my face out the way as well before I put this on display for y'all. Here we go. This weekend. This is probably going to be the best fight this weekend. And this is definitely going to be the biggest challenge out of Edgar Berlanga's career. Look, Edgar Berlanga has been slowly stepping up in competition. We've seen him not look as great ever since he fought Coceres. He has not been looking as good or as great. He needs to work on his jab. He has a couple of things that he needs to work on. And I'm hoping that he did work on those things and did get to change those things for this fight, because if he did not, then he's going to be in for a big one. Yes, Romer Alexis Angulo is old. I think he's 38. Let me just check this real quick so I don't lie to you. Alexis Angulo, box rec. I do think he's 38 if I remember. You're not gonna tell me. You're not gonna tell me his age, bro. See, when they be trying to do that, hide information. Alexis Angulo, age. Bro, they won't give me his fucking age. 38, there he goes. So Alexis Angulo, he is 38 years of age. He's on the old side. But I'll tell you this much. He fought David Benavidez when he was 36, and he went quite a few rounds with David Benavidez. So I do think that this is a step in the right direction for Edgar Berlanga. It's going to present the biggest challenge of Edgar Berlanga's career. Alexis Angulo has power. Alexis Angulo smothers punches, and he does fight on the inside, something that Edgar Berlanga was looking for and said that he needed or wanted in his last fight. So I do think that that's going to be a positive for Edgar Berlanga, but it's also going to be a negative because, look, Alexis Angulo likes to trade punches, and he has power. He likes to get on the inside and trade punches. And you know what? If David Benavidez, with his fast combination punches and punches that come from all angles, couldn't really keep him off of him at certain points in the fight and couldn't really knock him out as early as he'd like, then I don't think that Edgar Berlanga is going to do so either. This may just be another 12-round fight. But since they both have power, they both going to be fighting on the inside. We just don't know. It could... Either one of these guys could win with a power punch at the right time. If it goes 12 rounds, I'm almost 100% sure that Edgar Berlanga is going to win it, just because Edgar Berlanga should have a better gas tank than Angulo, since Angulo is much older. Plus, Edgar Berlanga is the rising star, and it is his fight card that he is headlining. 1 second before I go ahead and go through a tail of tape, let me get through to a couple of chat messages. Maestro A, I know your favorite fighter is the next Lewis. Kenny, who is yours of all time? I'm going to send y'all the gift, I promise. I'll DM y'all for details. That sounds amazing. Chauncey Pearls, I don't know who's my favorite fighter, honestly. I'd have to really think about that one. I'll get back to you on that one, Chauncey Pearls. I'm not 100% sure who my favorite fighter is, but I'll get back to you. I'll give some thoughts, some serious thoughts to that. DOB on your screen. Yeah, but the date of birth on the screen means that I got to do the math. I'm on live right now doing math while also searching stuff. Nah. I'm not going to do that. I don't rate Berlanga that highly since the first round KO stop. But that being said, I think he'll beat Alexis Angulo. Yeah, the first round KOs was a plus and a minus for Edgar Berlanga. It's fucked him over, unfortunately. Do you think Zuldo's trainer is good? Young Filipino dude and has been having some success lately is what it seems like. Berlanga is basura. I'm out, Kenny. I'll talk to you later, Boxing Republic. Thank you for joining in. Appreciate you like always. And I'll definitely be tuning into your show later for a fact, for sure. But yo, Berlanga is in basura. Berlanga, he needs to work on certain things. He got too hype on the power punches. He got too hype on the first round knockouts and thought he was gonna be doing that forever. He fell into his own hype, but he needs to go back and take it to drawing boards. He needs to work on a jab. He needs to work on his gas tank and not only look for the knockouts and also not look so predictable. He does the same exact thing right before he throws his power punches. Always hold on. Let me put myself back on the screen so you guys see what I'm doing real quick. He always when he's about to throw some power punches, he always comes up, brings his head. He'll like, and then he'll bring his hands up a couple times. And then when he's about to throw a punch, he'll bring both arms down. And then the arm he's going to punch with, he'll bring even lower. And then he'll bring around and hook with it or something like that. And even when he throws it straight, he kind of goes... It's weird. Like he kind of projects his punches a little too much. Which is what has had other fighters that are more boxers than punchers have some success against them. When Coceres started boxing him, that's when Coceres found some success. And the two dudes that he fought afterwards, hold on, I can't remember the names. Edgar, I'm terrible with names. Edgar Berlanga, Box Rec, let's see. The last two dudes that he fought, which was Steve Rose and, it was Coceres and Steve Rose, yeah. So, Steve Rose was boxing him more. Steve Rose found success off of boxing, not off of going in there and trying to look for a power punch to knock him out. If Angulo does that properly, boxing properly, and then I think Angulo will find some success. But I do think that Edgar Berlanga should be able to win this fight. I think his team is doing the right job and bringing him up accordingly, bringing him up the right way, where they're not overmatching him and putting him against somebody who's too good. They're kind of slowly stepping him up in opposition in the right direction. I think that's a good thing. And they're putting him against fighters that current champs or current big names have fought and I guess defeated, to see what he does. And the mission for Edgar Berlanga in this fight should also be knocking out Alexis Angulo, because David Benavidez, if I'm correct, he did it in the late rounds. Then Edgar Berlanga needs to do it in the earlier rounds just to try to match himself up, align himself up to that, and to also get himself some more hype and get his name called out and more things said about him, more good things, that is. Zuldo is basura, but not Berlanga. Berlanga is also basura. The difference is that Berlanga is a young prospect that's coming up. Zuldo is not no young prospect. Zuldo is a fucking veteran that's been in the game forever. We can't compare a baby to you can't think about this. In basketball, you can't compare a high school player to a college player or to an NBA player. They're completely different things. You can't compare Edgar Berlanga to Zuldo. Zuldo's an established veteran. Edgar Berlanga's a dude who's fighting one-round fights for his first 18, 19 fight. The guy barely has experience, professional experience on his belt. You can't compare these guys. Stop it. Come on, man. Come on, pinche punch. Come on, bro. I'm not saying that Berlanga's great. Berlanga's young. I don't think Berlanga's great, but we don't know what Berlanga currently is. We have no idea what he is right now at the moment. It just is what it is. We got to wait and see how he's going to be brought along. But I don't think he's going to the way he's looking right now, I don't think he's gonna be amazing for the long run. He's not the one. Oop. Oh fuck. Alex G. I hit the message by mistake. But the message said, yeah, man, I'm just talking that shit. But he needs to work on setting up punches. Yeah, I agree. I think Triple G beats Berlanga even in his older. I think Triple G beats Berlanga too. I wholeheartedly agree. Rose was robbed. I don't remember. I think so. I don't remember how that fight went. It wasn't exciting for me to remember. Was that Steve Rose's first fight at Super? I think so. Yeah, I believe so. It was his first fight. Yeah, I agree. Rose was robbed. Berlanga needs to turn his entire focus on sharpening his in-the-ring skills and not worry about all those out of the ring. I agree, Chauncey Pros. He needs to focus on that jab. He needs to focus on that conditioning. He needs to focus. Maybe he needs to move down to 160 and not 168 because he doesn't ever look to be in amazing shape. He always looks to be in decent shape, but he always looks to be a little, what I would call fluffy. He's not necessarily, if you look at the rest of the fighters, the rest of the boxers, they're semi-cut up and their gas tank seems to be a little better. He's a little fluffy. He's not as cut up and his gas tank doesn't seem to be as good as the rest of these fighters. So he does have some things to work on. He needs to take it back to the drawing board. He needs to get away from all the distractions and he needs to figure out a better team that's going to keep him focused. I do think that Edgar Berlanga is going to win this fight. Whether it goes to the 12 rounds or he knocks him out, I think Edgar Berlanga is going to win this fight. But we'll see. I'm not, not all my predictions come out right. But here we go. Angulo, 27 wins. Let me get myself off the screen so you guys can see everything clearly. All right. Angulo, 27 wins. Edgar Berlanga, 19. Angulo has lost 2. The 2 that he's lost has been against Zuldo Ramirez and against David Benavidez. Edgar Berlanga has lost 0. 23 KOs for Alexis Angulo, 16 for Berlanga. 0 draws on both sides. 29 bouts for the more experienced and older 38-year-old Angulo. 19 bouts for Edgar Berlanga. 79% KO ratio for Angulo. 84% KO ratio for Berlanga. 6'1" height for each of them. They're both the same height. And Edgar Berlanga has a 73-inch reach, which is slightly less than the 75-inch reach for Alexis Angulo. Both of them fight orthodox. Who cares where they're from? That has nothing to do with their fighting ability. So I won't be going through where they're from because I don't give a damn about that. But here we go. Since we're done with the tail of tape, let me bring me back on camera. Let me turn this so the sun is not affecting my background. It is what it is. Fuck it. The sun is going to destroy my background. Whatever. Yo, so at the end of the day, I think I have Berlanga winning this fight, but it's going to be a very tough one. It's not going to be an easy bout, and Alexis Angulo could very well win this fight too. If Angulo wins this fight, it'll be 100% a back to the drawing board type of move for Edgar Berlanga, but I do think Edgar Berlanga is going to be able to pull out this win. His team has been matching him up nicely. Let me get to these a couple of comments before I end up getting out of here. I got a lot to do today, so I gotta start heading out. So let me get to these comments real quick, and then I'm going to start making a move. Let's see. Berlanga smashing too many holes. Him and the rest of Terror Squad. Berlanga really needs to chill out and fall back. He is having a little too much fun in life. And you know what? That fun is going to be cut short unless he continues getting crazy ass knockouts like he was before in the first round. He ain't doing that anymore. He's not even looking good in his fights anymore. He's winning like by the skin on his teeth. So yeah, he definitely needs to figure it out and stop messing around with so many women. And Chauncey Pro says, not sure if he's staying in the city to train, but if he is, he needs to get away, at least for his camp. Maybe Colorado or Texas to train. Yo, honestly, though, I wish that some New York fighters would contact me for some training on some shit. Watch, I'm on a 20-day training, dieting streak. I'm doing crazy things. The way that my body is starting to look right now, the way that I've transitioned, the way that I could do cardio for so much longer than before, the way that I could do certain things that I couldn't do a month ago, with the way that I've been pushing my training and advancing it every day, I could help anybody do that. And I need one of these fighters to contact me because it's for real. And watch. Follow me on social media. On Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. It's all the same handle. You can check out some of my fitness progress there. And yeah, subscribe to me on YouTube. Check out my music. My EP is called All on the Table. It's on all streaming platforms. And I am KO Kenny, your boy. Thank you to everybody for tuning in. Tomorrow and Friday, I will for sure be at Madison Square Garden for the press conference and weigh-ins for the Edgar Berlanga and Angulo fight. Saturday, I most likely will be at the fight event also as well. I will have media credentials thanks to my boy Maestro A. And yeah, make sure you go subscribe and follow everybody who are the greatest people that I mentioned earlier. Also, I forgot to mention D-Style Boxing. Yeah, go check out these people. They're great YouTubers. Support me, support everybody. Let's support each other. Show love. Enjoy the fights this weekend and check out my music, man. Love y'all like always. Peace. One love. We'll talk after Saturday. I may come on Sunday so we can have a good conversation and talk smack about the fights that happened this weekend. Join me again then. You guys all have a great evening. Thank you all for tuning in, man. Peace out, y'all. Be good. Take care. Thank you, Hard Times. Definitely going to continue working, man. Peace out. Definitely always going to put that work in, man. You have a great night, y'all. Take care.